I'd like to call to order the Enfield Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Agency meeting for Tuesday, July 20th, 7 p.m. Can we have a pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Fire evacuation procedures. If there was an emergency, we need to leave the building, we could go exit this door, go out and go down the stairs and wait for the building. There's also a door in the back that we could also use to get out a little quicker. Roll call, please.
Donna Corbin-Savinsky.
Here.
Virginia Higley here. Carrie Ann Howe.
Here.
Robert Hendrickson.
Here.
Marie Pisner.
Here.
Kevin Zorda.
Here.
Great. And can we seat Marie, please? Okay, thank you. Before we start, I wanted to say this is great being back around each other again. I'm sure our meetings will go a little smoother. We had some technical difficulties a few times, but we managed. We did it. We did. So this is, yes, this is nice. Number 4 on the agenda is correspondence, and I don't believe we have any. The next is agents correspondence. Item A is agent approval for 62 Kennedy Drive. Application for a building permit for a residential addition of a covered front porch in the areas of wetlands that are not functioning as wetlands. Did you want to speak to that a little bit, or?
Hi. So it's just a building permit for a front porch. All the other neighbors have like swimming pools, front porches, so the wetlands are no longer functioning as wetlands in that area. So that's why it's agent approval.
Yeah, she sent it to me, and we looked on the map, and like the whole neighborhood is supposedly wetlands.
It's not a big porch. It's very small.
Yeah, it's just a little porch,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's really not. There's pools and everything else there, so I was fine with that. Next is approval of minutes from July 6th.
I move we accept the minutes for July 6, 2021.
Second.
Jenny, roll call?
Donna Corbin-Savinsky.
Yes?
Virginia Higley, yes. Carrie Ann Howe.
Abstain.
Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Marie Pisner.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
5 in favor, 1 abstain, motion passes. Old business, we have our POC review draft discussion. I'm wondering if we want to move that after new business? Do we have a motion?
I move that we move the old business to after the new business.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. New business, IW 628, 47 North River Street, a demolition of a residential dwelling and outbuildings located within the 200-foot review area of the Connecticut River and partially within the 100-year flood zone. No wetlands exist on the site, but because it's within the 200 review area of the river, then it's in our jurisdiction. So Eric Boswell and Caitlin Weeder, thank you, is representative, Yankee Gas Services, application map 7, lot 9, R33 zone.
I suspect you're going to want to just move that so at least one of the cameras can pick that up. I don't know if any of them can.
Cameras are on, are they here?
Are we being filmed?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Not on, but you're welcome, yeah.
Yeah.
TV screen works.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
on the screen, so,
I don't know, but
I don't know.
okay. Just in case.
Just in case. Welcome.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Welcome to the meeting.
Says it's on. All right, there we go. So the house is at the end of 47 or at 47 North River Street. Are you familiar with where this house is? Okay.
Can you just state your names
Yes.
for
All right,
the
my name's Eric
record?
Boswell. I'm with Stantec. I'm a licensed environmental professional, and we've been doing some of the engineering and consulting work on behalf of Eversource.
I'm Katie Weeder with Eversource Remediation Group, and we've hired Stantec to handle the environmental for this project.
Super. Thank you.
So yeah, so it started off that it's an older house, so we were called up to check out the asbestos, if there's any lead paint, things of that nature, and because it was right on the edge of the river to see if there was any wetlands or wetland issues. So we took a look at that. Our wetland scientists, we did not find any wetlands on the property, but So most of the property that's developed is a flat upland area. This is the 200-foot setback from the river channel, and this is the boundary between the flood zones A and X. It's about an elevation of 55 to 56 feet. And you can see that the elevation there slopes pretty steeply up to it. The house is completely, and all the buildings are completely in the upland area off that slope. It's mostly cleared, grassed, and we're basically going to remove the house all the way down, excavate the foundation, and backfill it. And there is a deck that goes over a portion of the back. That deck has got some paint in it that has some lead. It's not lead-based paint, but we are going to remove all the loose and flaking paint, contain it, and get that off before we actually demolish the deck to make sure that there's nothing washes down into the river or anything. So, and then at the end, after we demolish and backfill, we've got silt and soil erosion control measures in our plan for our contractor. We're going to silt fence around the property, and there's a couple of catch basins that'll get silt sacks in them. Okay. So this kind of calls it a little bit more to light. This is the actual demolition plan of the structures. There's even a little shed over here. We did a property survey because the GIS information shows that that the property ends somewhere over here, but it actually extends further down. So it's an artifact of some older data. We are including this. It's a little tiny wooden shed. You would never know it unless you really looked for it. And then, and like I said, the pads and the foundations, they'll be completely removed. And then afterwards, we're going to, basically the upper portion, the flat portion that's cleared right now, is going to get backfilled, and then the surfaces, those disturbed surfaces will just get gravelled. And the areas that are along the woodland boundary or on the forest line, that's going to get, we're planning on doing the New England Conservation Wildlife Mix to reestablish it. So that's our plan. Do you have any?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What are we looking at for future use on this piece? I mean, why is it being demolished?
Well,
If you want, I can speak to that. Eversource owns the parcel that's adjacent to it, and we're doing a gas infrastructure project. What we purchased the property with no future plans besides using it as initially as a laydown area for the infrastructure project for about 60 to 100 days, 120 days. After that, there is no current future redevelopment besides keeping it gravel for our potential use. If we were to do any redevelopment, obviously the town would be involved in that. Just curious. Yeah.
They'd have to come back.
Yeah.
Just one question here. The erosion and sediment control plan states that you're going to use erosion control fencing, but your application says you're going to use hay bales. Is one or the other and/or?
Or both, or?
Both? And I guess along with that, my question is with the, potential with lead paint and asbestos, I guess, is that normal for being near a river? Is nothing special used in a situation like that
as far
as erosion control?
Oh, no, no, because the containments for the lead is on the exterior,
Yeah.
and that's being contained on poly. It's going to drop and it gets picked
Okay.
up right away. All the asbestos is interior, and it's within a
Abated,
containment.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's within a negative pressure containment. So the hay baling is going to be around the outside, and the silt fencing is going to be on the
Okay.
woodland boundary.
All right. Super.
That makes sense. Yeah, so that's good.
Answers all that.
Yeah. Yeah, you asked my question, so,
Oh, that's the
So
only
I was
question
good.
I had. Yeah, it was a little confusing.
yeah. Anybody else have any comments or questions or concerns? Or?
Very
All right.
easy to understand, thank you.
Yes, it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. All right, then I'll make a motion.
Okay.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the wetlands permit for IW number 628, 47 North River Street, demolition of a residential dwelling and outbuildings located in the 200-foot review area of the Connecticut River and within the 100-year flood zone. Eric Boswell and Caitlin Weeder, representative Yankee Gas Services applicant, map 7, lot 9, R33 zone.
I will second.
Can we have roll call, please?
Donna Corbin Sabinski.
Yes?
Virginia Higley, yes. Carrie Ann Howe.
Yes.
Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Marie Pisner.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
6 in favor, motion passes. Thank you very much. Good luck with your project.
No swimming in the river.
It's too swift. Yeah.
Your grandson.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's good. Next on our agenda is old business. So we have the POCD review draft discussion. Have you had any meetings or?
We did. Sorry, we did not have our last meeting. It was canceled, so I personally have not had a chance to review it, actually, the draft resolution. Apparently, we're kind of a little behind the gun, so he kind of created this draft resolution for us to review, although I haven't gotten through it yet. So I would make the suggestion that we maybe
Yes.
table this until September meeting when we can all look through it, because it's kind of an important thing, and I think we
Yeah.
should
And
give
it's-
it the time that's it
There's quite a bit of
deserves.
information.
Yeah.
I read through most of it very quickly. There's very little that pertains to inland wetlands, but what's there needs to be really
Exactly.
reviewed.
Would we be interested, would we be interested in adding anything, or you think there's room for us to add anything?
I think we do need to look at it,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and there are some
Yeah.
things, because it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been, the process of going through the meetings has been really good, and we've looked at a lot of good data that kind of, goes beyond what you would normally think in terms of population and what's going on. So I think it's good, but I think there are
Yes.
definitely some things that we would want to take a look at.
Yes,
perfect.
definitely.
And I've dealt with a lot of other towns looking at their POCDs recently, and there's been a lot of wetland stuff that's in there that I think would be wonderful to bring in for us, too.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have it on paper anywhere, or like you could give it to us ahead of time to read, or?
I have it on paper and I have it digital, so I can
Okay.
email it out, or,
Yeah, we can kind of glance over it before, then talk about it.
Yeah, they're all available online anyways from different communities. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
good.
unless you're the little hole-in-the-wall podunks.
Can I make a suggestion real quick?
Yes, sure.
Since we have so much time in between now and our next meeting, what you can do in the meantime, unless we have a special meeting in August, no, you can go through the draft and our old POCD, and you can write down like suggestions, ideas, anything you want to include that's not included, and you can put it in like a text document, and you can email it to me, or you can hold on to it until the September meeting, so we can do like a POCD discussion, and we can go over each other's ideas and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. Next on the agenda is enforcement reports. Rochelle's email about IW 573, 157 South Road berm. The applicant did install a fabric berm with the landscape bond, having to save in effect for the next year to ensure growth of plantings. That was at Car Place on 157?
Yeah.
And they were supposed to put a berm in and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think that was emails that went through, but they did let us know, just so everybody's aware, is that the berm was supposed to be 3 feet. They only made it about 18 inches. But they did send us Rick sent us some pictures, and we looked, at those pictures and determined that it was probably enough, given that it's a very flat site, and they did put down landscape fabric, which will help to rectify that. But it does appear like it'll do what's necessary for that.
It had some
spot.
plantings on it and
It
things.
did.
So it looked nice. So we let that go. Report of planning staff, number 10. Do we have anything? No? And we have no applications to be received? Nope. So I do have a question. You have on here that the next meeting is September 23rd, and I'm guessing that's because of Labor Day, but Labor Day's a Monday. So how about the 7th? Because it would be the 7th.
Yeah.
And actually, September 23rd is a Thursday, so that's not good.
Sorry, it's my fault.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
messed up other commissions. So yeah, our next meeting is actually September 7th at 7 p.m.
Okay, good. That's what I was wondering. September 7th. Okay. And it'll be here.
And you will?
It will be here, yeah.
Yes.
We will be here.
Yes, we will be.
Yes.
Maybe the TV will work next time.
Yeah.
Was there any more feedback from the Noble Gas? Are they going to put in an application and plan?
No, not yet.
No.
Anybody?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned.
Aye.